across the border, at least one person has been injured in northern Israel. A barrage of rockets was launched from southern Lebanon into the town of Carmel. This video shows the car that was hit in that attack. Hezbollah has increased the number of rockets and missiles it's fired towards Israel since the end of last month. And that's in response to Israel launching a massive air campaign against Lebanon. Nour Odeh is joining us from Jordan's capital, Amman, and that's because the Israeli government has banned Al Jazeera from reporting the occupied West Bank and from inside Israel. Nour, in the past few minutes, we've heard that a number of missiles were launched from Lebanon and sirens have been going off in a number of areas in Israel. What more are you hearing?
Darine, sirens went off in more than 190 different locations in northern and central Israel. The Israeli army just in the past 2 minutes issued a statement saying that they intercepted 3 projectiles, as they were called. Israeli media reports are talking about larger missiles, not the usual rockets, but they were intercepted according to the Israeli army, which also said that it struck the launching pad from which those rockets or projectiles were fired from Lebanon. But basically, we're talking about an area where around 2 million Israelis live. The air traffic in Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv had to be stopped for about half an hour to 45 minutes because of those rockets and because of those sirens going off. So certainly, in addition to everything else we've seen today, Darine, we've seen that strike on Carmel, we've seen a rocket attack on Haifa, now further south in the Tel Aviv area where the majority of Israelis live, deeper again into Israeli territory as those tensions escalate and as the Israeli government prepares to meet tonight to discuss response to Hezbollah, but also to Iran.
So, Nour, after, of course, yesterday's drone attack on the south of Haifa by Hezbollah and the killing of several Israeli soldiers, is then the view from the political and military leadership in Israel that new rules of engagement are in fact in the making?
Well, Darine, there's a lot of shock and also a lot of outrage about that attack. The Golani Brigade that was struck, it was struck south of Haifa. They were training, waiting to join the war effort on Lebanon, and it was a blow to the morale of the army and the Israeli political class, which had been claiming just a few hours before the attack that Israel has degraded Hezbollah capabilities by more than 60 or 70%, that the group was all but defeated. And those strikes and the strikes today basically completely neutralize that message and make it very hard to convince the public that it is true. So that's why the Israeli ministers are talking retaliation, that the response must be very strong. We even heard from the Israeli Minister of Finance, Bezalel Smotrich, a very right-wing minister in this right-wing coalition government, saying that at least the plans for striking Iran are satisfactory to him. So the tone is one of war, one of strength, nothing really in terms of discussion about a ceasefire, about political dialogue, or about Gaza and the need to reach a ceasefire there in order to release the captives. And that in particular, Darine, was the subject of a lot of commentary in Israeli media that discussed the frustration that Gaza seems to be forgotten by the Israeli government, and along with it, the Israeli captives who remain there.
Okay, thank you so much. Nour Odeh reporting from Amman.